Yeah.
Yeah, we're in good shape. All right. Hey, good evening, everybody. Anyhow, hope you're all still with us, and it's the Sunday night webinar. It's March 10th. This is wow, Web 208. I'm Gene Colbego,
And I'm still Roger Carroll.
and we hope we have a few little things for you tonight. So with that, with no further ado, why don't we get started? Started. Okay. I think maybe we won't if I can't end this show. Okay.
What's wrong with the do? You never want any of it.
Yeah, with no, well, ado? Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. We'll have to. I'm going to have to look into that. Okay. Hey, the first thing I just wanted to remind people. Okay, I don't want to mess here too much. This is Chrome. Many of you use Chrome. I just read an article this week, a very short article, saying that if you do use Chrome, make sure that it is updated. That there have been some weaknesses and people breaking into things and doing nasty things. So I just wanted to take a second to show you in case you don't know how to update Chrome. Chrome is a little weird on its how to update it. So again, if you do use Chrome, many times you'll have the automatic updates turned on, but it's best to check. And to do that, you go up here. Raj has mentioned this before, the little ellipse up in the corner that seems to be getting popular. And with that, you click on it and you'll see a number of directions. We're going to sneak all the way down to help. Okay. And when you go to help, you'll see another window open. Go to about Google Chrome. And if you click on that, you'll see this open up right in here. Now mine, because I've been checking, I checked on it, is up to date, and this will tell you if it is up to date or not. And if it's not, it will help you update it very easily. So again, if you are not up to date on Google Chrome, I would recommend that you do get the latest updates. Also, I think they're trying to make it run a little faster and a little more efficient. Is that right, Raj? Now that
Yes, and on that note,
yes,
at the opposite end of the recommendation, I don't know if you saw it this week, was the Windows 10 updates.
yes,
They're advising people
not
not to
to
do the
do.
automatic.
Yes,
That the most recent one or two have had some issues on some laptops, not
yeah,
all
yeah,
laptops,
and gaming.
with cursors and the mouse
Yeah,
functioning and stuff. So they the writers of the article, probably not Microsoft, recommended holding off on
and
getting them as soon as they are put out for
okay, and to
updates, and don't even do the background. Wait
yeah,
until
until we
information catches up with it.
okay,
Yeah.
maybe we let's see if I can remember how to show them how to do this. Might be a good thing. When you do that, you can go to your settings, okay, and going across here somewhere.
At the
Uh,
bottom of that list, yeah.
yeah, update and security. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Okay, see, it has check for updates. And you can go in here and change. Notice mine says you're up to date. Oh well, maybe you're right, Raj. I may go in and take that off. I think it's in the advanced options. See, yes, in the advanced options, give me updates when I update. When boom, automatically download updates. Okay, turn that off. Okay, okay, and things like that. Yeah, that might be a good thought, Raj. Okay, so you can do that. Hey, couple of little things I noticed this week. Just wanted to show you, and one email I got, and they kind of have to do with. Well, let's go back here. PowerPoint. I don't know how many people are still using PowerPoint or not, but the immersive reader, which we've been talking about, using it with your OneNote, with it's even in Word now. One with your lens. Remember we talked about the OCR capabilities, how it can take a picture, a word picture, a picture with words on it, and create a document from it. But the PowerPoint does not have that capability. However, there is a way, if you wanted to have, for some reason, say you had a story on a PowerPoint and wanted it to be read, that you can have it read. And it's pretty easy to do, okay? The only thing is you have to go up to this part up here, and this is called, I'm going to hit this little down arrow. This is called the Quick Access Toolbar, okay? You've got to add something to it. You've got to add a command. If you go down here, I'm going to go to Add More Commands. I have some up there already, and I'm going to talk about another one in a minute. And here you'll see it says Popular Commands. We don't want that. We want all commands. This will give you a huge list of commands. We're going to sneak down to the S. I hope I didn't go too far. I did. It's kind of hard to find. There, I think I'm here. And yes, right here, there is one that says Speak. I'm going to click on that, and I want to add it to my Quick Access Toolbar. So I'm going to hit Add. It puts it over here, and I'm just going to hit OK. Now, you can't really see it there. It's kind of, notice, it's kind of dark right now, but it says Speak Selected Text. Okay, that's one way of getting getting the program to speak. I'm going to highlight this. Now it becomes highlighted.
The news comes as the blockbuster.
Okay, you can't hear that, but I can hear it being read. Now, I will say this. It's a male voice. It is not totally, human. We talked about the immersive reader, that the voices are almost human-like. And you cannot adjust, that I could not adjust the speed of the speaker. Okay? But you can have it read the information on a PowerPoint slide if you like. In fact, what I did then, just to see if it was there, I opened my Word. Let me just get one page up here. And I went to I have my toolbar at the bottom now. You can put at the top or the bottom of the ribbon. I just have it at the bottom here. But the Quick Access Toolbar, I wanted to see if I could add the Speak command to it. And you can. It's right here. And you can do the same thing. For example, if you just wanted something very quick, you could do that and have it spoken. Okay? I'm not sure that it's not nearly as good as the Immersive Reader, and I'm not sure that I would use it a great deal in the classroom, because the Immersive Reader allows you to make so many more adjustments in the speaking. But if you just wanted to hear it, it's not bad. So you can go to the Quick Access Toolbar, and you can add more commands. Go down and add the Speak. And you can do that in PowerPoint as well. Okay, anyhow, just a little thing there. Also, I don't know if this is Raj, I don't know if this is on your computer yet. I'm not even sure the Office 365 that I have downloaded here, whether it's from my school account or my personal account. But they have now updated the autosave. Is it on now, Raj? Go ahead.
Well, there's when I turn it on, I go into Word in the upper left hand, roughly where the quick action toolbar would
Uh-huh.
be. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there. Yes, that's there.
Yeah, you can turn it on now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do it though. Let me just show. I was going to show it. See, where is it? Yeah. Notice here I have it turned on here, and you can just turn it off and then turn it on, and it may ask you which OneDrive, because it's going to save the file automatically into OneDrive. Okay. And it may ask you for your login and password for your Office 365, but then it works beautifully. Up on top here, you'll notice it says March 10th, saved to OneDrive. You can click on this. You can change the file name. You can change where you want to save it. Okay, open the file location and save it to a different one, and do things like that. The version history, you can check. I'm sorry, did that do that? Yeah.
I have to check, Gene. I'm on my district laptop,
Yeah.
but I don't see it. But I think it's on my personal device here.
Yeah.
Double
Okay.
check.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's a really, if you have it, and if you downloaded it at home, yeah, as Roger's looking, it might be a good idea. Notice also, what's nice about this is when I went to this one, click here, and I clicked on version history. Notice there are two versions over here. What it does is if I went, uh-oh, I erased something from this one that is now saved, I wanted it from the old one, I can actually probably go back to this one and get the original file that I had. Okay? This is often used when people are like collaborating on a document. If you create a document, for example, and share it with, say, some fellow teachers, and they make changes and automatically it gets saved onto your OneDrive, and you say, that's not what I want what I wrote, you can go into the version history and get your copy or your version back. They're saved. I think, what do they say, 15 or 20 versions, I think, Raj?
I don't know.
I seem to remember reading that somewhere, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, it is not on the district's installed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then I'm hoping it comes soon, because I think it's, I have found it to be very useful. Okay. And it's also now I'm saving a lot more onto my OneDrive rather than my computer, which is more.
Yeah, well, if you're using Office 365 Word, it's auto saving there anyway.
Yeah.
You're talking about the installed version.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you're online, yeah. You're saying
Right.
online? Yeah, the online
Where
saves.
it's all moving there.
Yes, exactly.
Eventually.
That's another point. Yeah. Yeah, it's doing that. And again, the autosave is pretty good. Hey, Raj, I don't know if you saw this, but I saw this, and I found something that maybe that people might want to go and download. Let's see if I can find this now. This is one of our sites that we like, called Ditch That Textbook, Matt Miller. He is offering free, Raj, our favorite word, a beginner's guide to Twitter for educators. I just saw this afternoon after I had texted you. We had texted a bit, and I thought, and I haven't really had a chance to go through, but I downloaded it, and it looks pretty darn good. It looks like it might be useful. So you might want to. You're going to say, well, where is the address so I can go get that? I will post this document. I post my document of the sites that I have used on the recordings page of the Teacher Resource Center. It'll be there probably Tuesday or Wednesday after we put up the video. So,
and a couple of things we're going to be talking about. Right where that icon is, the guide to Flipgrid, the guide to Wakelet, and the beginner's guide to Twitter, which you're talking about.
Yeah,
they're very good.
Yeah, and I mean, these are 38, and I mean they're not small. This is 38 pages, Flipgrid, and I know that. Yeah, I was going to mention
lots
that.
of examples, but that's very good.
Yeah, and so anyhow, yeah, you might want to go there and recommend that you download them. Like I say, just to show you, I've got them right here. I just got them this afternoon, and I'm going to be taking a look at them because they looked awfully, awfully good. Okay. Did you want to talk for a while, Raj, or do you want me to continue?
I want to go into something. If
I have a feeling, having talked to you about some things. Yeah, is that where we're going? Okay.
Well, we'll get there.
Okay. Anyhow, Raj, we'll make Raj the presenter. Yeah, everybody's going, what the heck are we talking about? Okay. Waiting to view Roger's screen. You have to hit OK or something. Okay, there we go. We have a nice blue screen is what I'm looking at.
That's the sky. I turned my clocks ahead like 16 hours.
Oh, really?
And I got blue sky.
Okay. Yep. Well,
So there.
You know what I hate about turning clocks ahead? Having to wait up. Having to wait up till 2 o'clock.
Honest to God.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
I made my wife get up this year.
Good. I mean, okay.
Ouch. No, we both teach courses to teachers, online courses, and I think, don't we share a course, Gene? Are you teaching also the?
Yes, the one I think the 20th century.
The 21st century, the need for change. And one of the readings in that course, this is just for those of you who maybe are just catching up with us. Gene and I, in our retirement years here, kind of fell into this little, I call it a gig anyway. But anyway, we both teach online courses for professional development credit to teachers from Pennsylvania. And we've been doing it for quite a few years now, I think.
I don't even remember how many.
Go back. It's just how long ago. It's got to be, I'd say, 8 years or so. Anyway, doesn't matter. And within the readings for that course, which I love, and I get a lot of resources from there, and I because we're talking about teaching in the 21st century, and that's actually the title of the course, Teaching in the 21st Century, the Need for Change. And it's just recently been revamped, and I think then brought more into the 21st century with some of the tasks and readings that the teachers do. But they talk about 21st century learning skills. And we also talk about, within those learning skills, are what's called the 4 C's: communication, collaboration, creativity, and creative problem solving. I should have spelled that right, huh? Solving.
You know what? If you wouldn't have mentioned it, I wouldn't have noticed it.
Well, that's what happens when you're medicated and try to do this stuff. Anyway, but did you know, and I throw this out there not as a particular question, kind of as a rhetorical question, that there is a 5th C in all of this. Care to guess what the 5th C is, Gene? We've been talking about it right along.
Collaborate. I just wasn't really thinking so. Boy, it doesn't, I'm not in that mood right now.
As soon as you see it,
I'm not in that groove right now, but yes.
Okay. It is, the 5th C is, are you ready? Drum roll, please.
Oh.
Curate. Of course.
Pinterest.
Pinterest. TweetDeck.
Yeah.
Wakelet.
Yeah.
Flipboard. Any and everything that you use to collect bookmarks. All of those are ways that we can curate resources. But that's the 5th C, the skill that we really need to be teaching our students. I think we are. We just don't quite look at it this way. So I came across, it was in a Ditch That Textbook reading
Oh, yeah.
that you mentioned. I think this is over. Yay, it's over. Let me ditch that. And I'm going to do something here, Gene, based on, again, our earlier conversation. Let's see here. There we go. It should be coming up.
We hope.
I hope.
Once in a while, it does not like it. Because of the.
There we go.
Yeah.
I've had it running in the background. That might be
good.
one of our issues here. This is a great tool. And again, I'm on my district laptop, so I was able to download the program to get this going in the background. I didn't use anything but a free trial version here, so which is okay. But what I did discover earlier, I think I sent you a picture of it. Did I not?
Yes.
Gene?
Yes.
Okay. That's not working right now. I was able to mirror 2 iOS devices on the same screen simultaneously, which is really cool. But here we go. I think I can do it now. There it is. This is my iPad over here on the right of your screen. And you can move them around and do some neat things with it. But aside from that being a neat device, and I want to challenge you to try this in your classroom to see if you can mirror an iOS device. For most teachers, it's probably their handheld device, their smartphone, their iPhone, because it also works with, as I think you pointed out maybe last week or before, Gene, it works with Android devices as well. But this is I think, a nice attention-getting option that we can use in the classroom for certain things. I wanted to show it for, I want to talk about all in this vein of curating, and I want to talk about this little program called Wakelet. And it can reside on your phone, and it is also an option on your desktop for your collecting information and so on. But this is another place that we can curate our devices, our collections. And I want to show this. We've talked about that person before. I want to show what I've collected here. There is in your Chrome extension. I want to go back to get out of Wakelet. This is actually my Wakelet here. This is a free program, and you can do a number of you can group things. As you can see, these are just my collections that I just started collecting in the last week and a half. And here's we talked about the 5th C here, Gene. And I want to back up and show how you can this is really easy. Once you get it all established, a couple of things, it's very easy to manage it all. Here are some articles that I came across that I wanted to collect, all related to the 5th C, curating. We talk about from week to week our personal learning networks. And we showed how we can have a OneNote notebook up in the cloud where we can collect our resources. I've got that running. And what I wanted to do is something akin to what's going on here called app smashing. And it's an actual topic. And we kind of do that when we put together a PowerPoint and we put in a YouTube video, or we put in a link to a Kahoot, or we put in a form or a Sway or some kind of, that's this, I guess, just maybe just a newer term. We're mashing or smashing a couple of applications into one. And this is one of the things that I think we want to show our students to be able to do. A couple of years ago, we were hot on the new presentation tool, which was Prezi, which is the next level of PowerPoint. Kind of neat, has some different features. In fact, I think in one of our webinars in previous sessions, maybe a year or so ago, we showed how you can actually use PowerPoint, a template in PowerPoint, to emulate what goes on in a Prezi going from slide to slide to slide. Sway does some of that in the way it functions as well. But again, with this 21st century fifth C of curating our resources, it's no longer in the 21st century that we're filling a student's warehouse of knowledge and information. Now they don't need a warehouse. All they need is a directory, a way to get to resources, because they know that they exist. We know when we have a problem anymore, one of the first things we do is Google it. Sometimes we go to a YouTube that will show me how to change the washer in the faucet with the tools and step by step, so you can pause it and do what it says there and so on. That's all information readily available to us in seconds using the different options that we have with Google and so on. But this is all part of this thing that we're calling curating. So I put together some of this stuff that I just liked. Here we go. Here's that Ditch That Textbook option right here. If I click on that, it should take me there. There we go, Gene. That goes right back to the screen you were showing a little while ago.
Very similar.
Great. Some ideas on how this can work for teachers, for our personal learning networks, but for students. They need to know how to do this. I think one of the great benefits of having Office 365 and OneNote and Office Lens and those other little tools that we talk about from time to time is that we can now collect and manage all of this information. And those are some of the really vital skills that our students need to know. I would love, just as kind of a, well, dangerous, I guess, give a kid on a final exam, say, okay, bring out your smartphones, take the test. And everything on that exam can be handled probably to a 100% level of correct responses if they use those devices. So what was the point of the test? You know, they've filled their heads with this information when we really ought to be showing them how and not what and where. How to find this information, how to access it, how to think, how to put information together that becomes useful for them. And then one of these things, here's the collection. The Wakelet is this tool that you're looking at right here. Again, you can download it onto your desktop. You can download it. I find my smartphone, my iPhone, just as useful in doing all this stuff. But this is a nice background article on using it in the classroom itself. We're doing a research project here, project-based learning. Breakout. I don't know how familiar you are with it. This is like an after-school activity where students are given challenges and have to solve a problem, and using the technology in hand. And there's all this is all filled with the links. Here's one. I've got an article that I've been looking at for a while. I touched my mouse about using hyperdocs, using hyperlinks within a document. And we talked a little bit a while ago about the new Google Earth and the navigation feature in Google Earth. And we talked, how long ago did you see the Thing Link?
Oh, yes.
Another option. All of these resources that are really pretty awesome here. But what I want to do is just quickly, we got time here.
Go ahead.
We got lots of time. I don't know how we're going to put this up on the website, Gene, other than I don't know if this will even record what we're doing here. I don't think it does it?
It says it's being recorded. We'll check it out
But
later.
I know. We'll see, won't we? I'm going to go back to. Let me close this out. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go to my Twitter account. And what I do here is there's it's called, you look at the top of the screen, it's called hashtag Shakespeare Sunday. Every Sunday of the week, there's a theme put out by somebody that asks, it's called another hashtag, the Disney Bard. You recognize a number of Disney films and so on. What they do is people offer them, I guess this is a big thing somewhere, they take a line from Shakespeare and match it or put it together with a clip or an illustration or something from a Disney film. And they're just like, if I hit, I'll go back to my home screen here. Here's some more here. But if I like one of these, click. Notice I'm in Twitter on my iPhone, and then you're probably familiar with these tools down here because I know you're all on Twitter. The little up arrow. Well, what do you want to do with this? I can add it. I have bookmarks within Twitter. I can send it as a message, but if I want to share it via ... Here are my options on how I want to maybe share that particular tweet or that item. I slide across. I go over to the app, my Wakelet option. Notice I could also send it to OneNote. I do that quite often. But I just started playing with Wakelet, so I'm going to send it to Wakelet. So it's going to pull in that app and ask me, where do you want to put it? And these are just some of they call them collections. I'm kind of starting to make this like a way station. I'll grab stuff, throw it out there, rather than just throw it into a whole ever-growing list of bookmarks. I'll throw it out here, and if I'm organized enough, I'll create a new collection. This is a collection of collections. I'll throw it into my Serendipities folder or my Serendipities collection. Now, if I want to look at that, notice it tells me it's saved. I'm going to go back into, I don't want to do that. I went into my camera. I'm going back into Wakelet. And let's take a look at it. I only got a dozen items or so. Here are some of the ones I put in recently. There's that, what you sent me today, Gene,
yeah,
which I think is awesome. I think I'm gonna spring for it actually.
Okay.
But I'm using the free trial version of it.
Okay. Yeah, and by the way, this program is very reasonable, I believe. I don't know what it is now.
$14.99.
Yeah, I mean $14.99
on sale. It's supposed to be per device, but you could get. I mean, there's school subscriptions. There's a pro version of it. None of them give you any more features than this.
Yeah.
But one additional feature, which is, I guess, kind of cool in a workshop atmosphere, you could mirror to a whole, say, computer lab.
Oh, really?
Set of screens, kind of like what we do with some other programs and so on. This is where I've been collecting this stuff. Just played around with it this week in my Serendipities. So really cool thing, way to collect, a way to manage the information that we're getting from all, everywhere on the internet. And I've pointed out, here's that article you're talking about, app smashing. And here's a whole article about that from the Cool Cat Teacher blog. If we're interested, we can go there. Again, you're looking at my iPhone here. Just using all the tools. And this stuff, I can't believe that this was free.
Yeah. Raj?
Okay, obviously, there's a few ads. Yes.
Right above there, if they sign up for the newsletter, they also get that 200 practical ideas for teachers, which is a really good download for themselves. So
this was in.
I think that's.
Oh, and Cool Cat,
Matt.
yeah.
That's Matt. That's Cool Cat Teacher. No, I thought that was.
Yes.
Him. Okay,
Yeah.
but that's a good one. Matt has one also.
I don't think there's any end to them. Here is a whole list of things. There's articles about that app smashing. I just think challenging kids, throw them. They can learn this stuff. It's all fairly straightforward. They make the same mistakes we made when we were first learning PowerPoint and doing all of these things. But that's probably the best way to learn. And here's a whole list of helpful resources if they want to learn more about the app smashing. I know you were going to talk a little bit about Pi Day tonight, I think.
No, I mentioned. I know it's coming up, and I thought you would. That's why I did not set up.
All I did was make a pie.
Okay, well then, please do.
Here it is. It's a Pi Day scavenger hunt. This is from Pinterest. Another resource for all of
overwhelming.
Well, I think what we don't want to do is get overwhelmed.
Yeah,
I start to feel like I am. I've got.
Yeah.
I follow hundreds of people on Twitter.
Yeah.
And some are, worth following. And then I go and see, well, who does this person follow? He's pretty good. I'll follow them as well. But now I have a way to do something with all of that stuff. But this was a Pinterest. I thought just a simple Pi Day scavenger. I'm sure teachers celebrate it in any number of really cool ways themselves this week. I know one of my daughters who teaches at Tonawanda, always had a great bunch of activities centered around Pi Day. The other, one more thing here, Gene.
Oh, please take your time.
Okay, I understand. I want to go to my home page here.
It has changed.
Oh, yeah. These are my bookmark. You can bookmark people that you follow on Twitter and so on. This was, a new I want to try this at some place. It's called TweetBeam, and it's actually a hashtag that you throw out there I moved my mouse, so that's why I lost the screen. And all of these little images here would be from members of our audience tonight who would be sending things via hashtag, and their little posts would be up here. All of these would be live posts that they're coming out. That's kind of fun. We did something like that a couple of years ago. We can do it with Nearpod and Flipgrid and some of those things. But I've been saving, here my friend Alan, November. I've been bookmarking these thinking I'm going to come back to them. And they get lost. I got, well, as you can see, quite a few of them. These are all booked by Wakelet and maybe get a better handle on what's going on there. I just want these resources. So I think my mind hasn't gone completely on me. I'll think, I remember something like that. I think that the next big thing I'm looking for is a way that I can search for all of these files. I think I might be onto that, but let me close this. I want to go into my OneNote just for a second here. I've been using my OneNote. This is really basically our pre-webinar conversations over here. I throw some stuff in here. And this was a heck of an article I about halfway through. It's about 39 pages by Mark Prensky. It's in two parts. Part one is 30 pages. Part two, I think, well, maybe that includes part two. But he's talking about everything about the 21st century. And I remember a couple of years ago when I was still teaching, so it's more than a couple of years ago, the principal used the term a paradigm shift. I don't know what the heck he was talking about. Well, okay, you got your PhD, you're going to use these big words. But really, get through this article, there's a paradigm shift, a change in what we're doing and why we're doing it and how we're doing it that we really don't know about. It because of, again, we're in practically 2 decades into the 21st century. And I think, Gene, you see teachers in your course, people who don't even have whiteboards in their classroom.
Yeah, right.
Don't have any technology. They teach in a rural district that just doesn't have access to anything. I had a response just the other day. The teacher had to borrow a secretary's PC in the main office to take the course because there was no access anywhere. Just pathetic, the discrepancy and the lack of equitable access that teachers and even worse students have for the 21st century tools that we talk about every Sunday night. Like, maybe a false assumption, but everybody has these in Niagara Falls, and there are people who really don't, and it's kind of sad. But we're talking about, as here. Yeah, here's part two. Is in this. Gene, I'll try to send you this. I don't know.
I'd like to read it. Yes,
it's huge. It's good reading, and it might be worth anybody else's attention. I don't know if how many are familiar with the fellow who is behind this article, Mark Prensky. He's the one who coined digital immigrants and digital natives, going back to 2002, 2003. But it still exists. It exists more on our teacher side of the desk than it does on the student side of the desk anymore. But it's still what we're dealing with, and slow to, I won't say embrace, but take full advantage of what we have. So anyway, that's just a whole bunch of junk I had today. Sorry. Again, another way I curate my stuff is putting into a OneNote notebook. And I got more stuff than I'll probably ever use. I just hate to, click off and then never be able to find it again.
Yeah.
So I put it somewhere. One place is in Wakelet, and another place is in Bookmarks, and another place is in OneNote, and all of that stuff. So, Gene, you can have your time back.
No, it's fine. I can. Okay.
And I really like people to jump in and join the conversation rather than just, okay. See you next week.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, if you're interested, join us. Yes. Raise your hand. We'll gladly unmute you. And anyhow.
Yeah, let's.
I've got two things that I'm trying to decide, because I made a promise a couple of weeks ago to someone who I cannot even remember who it was. It was an email, and I said, hey, watch the next couple of webinars. I will review it. It's a review of something. Why don't I just take a couple of minutes to do? And it's something from PowerPoint. Okay, let's see where we are. Let me just get the PowerPoint up. I have a blank screen here. Somebody asked me, said, hey, some years ago, and it was probably, you showed a quick way of creating a PowerPoint. Basically, that's what it was stated. with pictures, adding them in real quickly. And I said, sure, there's an easy way to do that. And probably many of you know this, but I told the person, well, if you watch the Sunday night webinar one of these days, you'll see it, or go to the recordings and we'll have it there for you. So what I'd like to do is this. Here is the situation. Basically, what I'm trying to say is PowerPoints can be good, but students sometimes have issues with incorporating, if they have 4 or 5 or 6 pictures, bringing them in, organizing them, setting them, resizing them. Well, basically, PowerPoint can do that for you in a certain way. And this is what that person wanted to remember, see again, have gone over again. And basically, it's a thing called a photo album. Okay, and some of you know this, so maybe just a quick review. Photo album is just an easy thing to do, and it's pretty incredible what PowerPoint will do. First of all, basically, this is when you have photos and you want to put them in. You may want to put some text with them, so forth and so on, but you want to get the pictures all in at once. Real easy. First thing that it'll ask you on your photo album is, where is the disk or the file? I happen to have one here from my pictures. It's a way back when, probably about 10, 12 years ago, of a kite festival that they had in Niagara Falls. Okay? And I've got a whole bunch of these pictures, and I say, hey, I'd like to make a PowerPoint out of them. Now, you'll notice that there must be, I don't know how many, I didn't count them, 30 or more pictures there. Trying to put each one on a separate slide would take quite some time. So what I'm going to do is I click on one. I'm going to type Control A. I'm going to have the Control key, type A. That means that I want all of them. Okay? I'm just going to hit Insert. And this window pops up again, and it pops up all the pictures. I can take some out if I want, move them around. I'm not going to do that right now. But also, here is the nice little thing. Down, I don't know if you can read it, it says Fit to Slide. What that means is PowerPoint will take these pictures, even if they're oversized, and fit them on the slide. And that's what really can save a lot of time. And if I just hit Create, it will take some time, but now I have a PowerPoint with every one of those pictures in it. I can, if I want, go over here and change it around. I can go in and change the background. I can add text. Now I have a PowerPoint show, I can go in and do whatever I want. I can go in and make the picture smaller, whatever. But it is a quick way of incorporating a number of pictures into a PowerPoint. And I thought that, this person had remembered from several years ago and wanted to know. So, and if you are interested in knowing more about that, just let me know and I'll do it. You can also take each picture, by the way. This is an addition now, I think, now into the newer one. If you pick a picture, you can, see, adjust, make them look fancy too. So they don't have to be just this picture. I forgot to show you that little element. Yeah, pretty cool. It's a cool little thing. Real quick.
Well, you got the end of the year coming up, and I think probably a lot of teachers are making photos through the course of the year of projects and events and things involving the class, and often do this, kind of like a end of the year celebration. Mm-hmm. And that's a quick way to throw them all in and put a little style to them, like you say. And I think those are some of the newer features. But yeah, rather than, like you say, one at a time.
Oh, yeah. And
not only tedious. Yeah.
Yeah, not only that, you could then go back and add music if you want. You can add some talking if you want, diction, add some talk habit, put each student slide, a picture of each student with permission, of course, and then have them say a little something, record it onto the slide. That'd be a great thing. Now, also, while you're doing that, if somebody wants a copy of that, many people don't have PowerPoint, but you can go in and save it as, let's see if we can go in here. Just, oh boy, I'm just going to grab a place. You can actually go in, and there are different ways that you can save it. I think it's right here. You can go on and save it in different ways here, okay? But you can also export it as a movie and things like that. Create a video, okay? And this can be a full HD 1080 video that you can then create, okay? You can go in, notice here, and if you're creating this, you notice that we have, I don't know how many slides, but it says spend 5 seconds on each slide. You can go in and change the timing for each one. Save your presentation so you can burn a disk, upload, okay? This is a great way you can do it. Yeah, and Raj mentioned, maybe toward the end of the year, if you're interested in doing that or need a little bit more assistance, we'll be glad to help you. Glad to help you out with that. Raj, the one thing that I did want to go over is going to take more than about 4 or 5 minutes, so I'm going to hold off onto that for next week. But you know what I do? We keep going back and saying, and I added again. What's going on with our website, by the way? Anybody know?
It's been moved.
Yes, I know. I kind of like this, the important message thing they put there.
Oh yeah.
Did you see? Yeah, that little.
Yeah, about the 15th. There we go.
Yeah,
I'm sure that was welcome news to everybody.
Yeah, but the way they did, I'm not the news itself, but the messenger, the way they had done it, I thought was pretty cool. But again, we keep reminding you that on the Teacher Resource Center, we do have that Building Professional Networks page, and each week I try to throw in some sources. There was one that I really liked this week and probably won't load. Oh, come on now. You can do this more quickly than that. I'm not sure. Okay. The one, 10 do's and don'ts for teaching vocabulary. If you're involved in teaching vocabulary, take a look at that little article. I thought that was really good. I'll be honest with you, Raj, I wish I would have known a few of the don'ts while we were teaching, because I think it would have been a little bit more effective than we did some of the don'ts. Another one, the other one that I was 27 ways to.
Was there a paradigm shift there?
No, no. It was when I looked at that, I says, "Boy, that makes a lot of sense." I wish I would have really thought about it at the time, but it was everybody's doing it this way, so I think that's why. Remember those days. That's the way it's done. Okay, but again, 27 ways to enhance retention in your students. It's kind of an easy article that you might want to take a look at, and it's pretty good. The other article somehow or another has gotten lost in here. So, there it is. The importance of teamwork skills. Yeah. Raj was talking today about one of the C's is collaboration, and this article deals with the importance and students working together, learning together, becoming self-learners, and this is it's a very important thing. So, might want to take a look at that. Again, right next to it is 10 simple ways to engage in lifelong learning. So that's what our guess our goal is. We're trying to create self-learners who want to be lifelong learners. So a couple of good articles there. And, again, if you run into any that you like, please, send us the addresses and we'll post them and give you the credit, of course. But anyhow, please go back there, take a look. And with that, we are running out of time. Raj, do we break the bad news, or I guess we should. Next week, there will be no webinar. I guess it's for two reasons. Number one, St. Patrick's Day, and perhaps some of you will be heading. Are they heading east for the championship, Raj?
They go to Binghamton.
Binghamton. Okay, well, southeast, I guess.
Yeah.
Basically east and a little bit south. Anyhow, and so if you're going there, but again, we won't have a webinar next week. We will have one the 24th, and we will have one the 31st. So I hope you'll join us then. Don't forget the thank you note with the survey link, and please do take that. Let us know what you think. Give us some ideas. And if you have any topics that you'd like to have covered, be sure to put those in. And with that, go ahead.
More about anything.
Yeah.
So
we're always looking to try to give you, to talk about things that you want or you're interested in. So please do. And with that, I'm going to say good night. Raj, I'll check out that video and let you know. I hope it did come through, though. And
no, I'm anxious to see if it actually does. That would be great.
Yeah.
I'm thank you. I'm totally thrilled. I remember those ones we tried a while back and just were totally unreliable.
Yeah, this one is one of the best. So anyhow, good. And if anybody else is interested in getting that app, please let us know, and we'll send you the name or the address or whatever, how to download it. And it's been around for a few years, and they've been updating it, so it's a good one. And with that, Raj, good night. You have a good week. We'll talk to you soon.
Good night, everybody. Yes. Take care, everyone.